The Plumbing Marketing Profits Podcast. Interviews with million-dollar-plus plumbing and HVAC business owners on how they market and grow their companies in today's economy. Hear directly from the most successful leaders in your business and discover what they are doing to keep their phone ringing, trucks running, and businesses booming. With your host, Josh Nelson.
Well, hey, this is Josh Nelson with the Plumbing and HVAC Marketing Podcast, and I'm super excited to share an interview with you today with Paul and Mike from Paul the Plumber out of New Hampshire. They share some amazing insights on how they've grown their company from just about 3 trucks to 8 trucks currently, and on their pace to 10 by the end of the year, with a lot of that momentum happening over the last 12 to 24 months. So they share some really cool insights on how they're tapping into the internet, social media, and some really cool initiatives that they've put in play to really keep their phones ringing, their trucks running, and their operation growing. Check it out.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Allison. I'm here with Paul the Plumber. I have both Mike and Paul with me. They're located out of New Hampshire, up north, and they're actually one of my personal clients and one of my favorite clients to work with, although all of my clients are my favorite clients. And so I'm going to have them introduce themselves to you, Mike and Paul.
Yeah, hi, I'm Mike Bears, worked for Paul the Plumber for about 2 years now.
Hi, and I'm Paul Beers. I guess I am Paul the Plumber for this company anyway.
That's awesome. So can you both tell us a little bit about how you started the company, Paul?
So I started the company back in 2002. It's funny, I was doing some side work and I went to a friend's house, and on the refrigerator was, I need to call Paul the Plumber. And that's really how we got the name, and from there, it just took off. That got it all going for us.
And then, Mike, you said you started working with the company about 2 years ago?
Yeah, so I got involved my senior year of college. About halfway through the year, I started working on some of the business stuff part-time or whenever I had time to. And then as soon as my last day of class, the next day I came on full-time.
Awesome. And so can you guys tell us a little bit about, the number of trucks that you guys have, how big essentially your company is today?
So we're about a $3 million a year company. We're running 8 trucks right now, with the 9th one going on the road this month. We see some potential growth even still, whereas we'll probably add 1 more truck before the end of the year.
Wow, that's amazing. So are all of these trucks plumbing trucks, or do you have HVAC as well?
So it's split up, but even our HVAC techs are plumbers as well. So we're pretty well-rounded. Some of the guys are plumbing only, or plumbing in what we call wet heat, boilers, things like that only.
Okay.
And some of the other guys are more everything.
Perfect. Okay, so then, Mike, when did you decide to jump on board? Were you ever a technician, or did you just come on board with the actual working end of things in the office?
Yes, so I was never a technician. I've never been super interested in that side of it, or been very good with working with my hands, so I probably would have been terrible at it if I tried to be. So I decided my senior year of college, I was doing internships during the summer and during my first semester and stuff. And then I was taking on interviews for full-time jobs after. And I was going back and forth with him about what I wanted to do and, what I was interested in. And he just saw that there's an opportunity for me to do a lot of the stuff that I was interested in doing here. And then that was an appeal to me, just helping grow the family business and kind of being able to do a variety of different things instead of having to jump into one thing after college.
Okay. And so then can you both maybe speak to anybody who may be listening who either they have a son or a daughter who they'd like to get super involved into their business, and maybe that person is on the fence whether they want to join in the family business or not, or if you can just speak to anyone who may be considering it?
So I could say that as Mike went through school, we really had no thought of him joining the family business at the time. My youngest son as well, he went to college, but it wasn't for him, so we signed him on to the apprentice program. But I would say the opportunity in the trades right now are better than they've ever been. And I think to make a good living, to have a great life, it's a great opportunity for anybody that wants to come in the trade.
Okay. Mike, do you have anything to say to that?
Yeah, I mean, I've gone to a lot of conferences and have quickly learned what type of industry this is and the opportunity there. Working with your family is cool. I mean, I guess it depends on your relationship with your family, but the way me and my dad work together, it's been a lot of fun. And then getting to come into work and see him and be with my brother as well. And then we have, my aunt's the office manager, my cousin works here. So being in that family environment, I was comfortable right away in a new work environment because I obviously knew everybody I was working with, and it gave me kind of the opportunity to just kind of make an impact right away and do things and not be like nervous about stepping on any feet or having any boundaries really. So I'd say that if you do have that type of relationship with your family and you have the opportunity to get involved, like he said, it's a great industry and it can be a lot of fun kind of working together at a common goal.
Definitely. So then, Mike, can you actually tell everybody what it is that you do for the company?
Sure. So I would say that I mostly focus on marketing. So, I mean, you guys do our website and all of our Google stuff. And so we go back and forth on that all the time about different adjustments. And then I'm trying to make a bunch of different content to put out, on YouTube, Facebook, Google, all those different things to help build our brand. And then I do some sales as well. So I can go out and sell an HVAC system sometimes. If we're really busy and we can't get one of our guys out there, I have enough knowledge on that stuff to go out and sell a system. And then I do a lot of internal operation stuff as well, as far as how I want our website to be like, or how I want like our online experience to be with customer communication, the way that we, kind of implement different technology to make the consumer experience easier.
Okay.
I focus on a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. So yes, we work very closely together, and obviously, Paul, you jump on our calls as well. And so you oversee, I'm assuming, everything else?
I do. I'm more steering the ship at this point than actually out in the field doing any work anymore. It's more running the business than working in the business, I guess you would say.
Okay. And so then can you let everybody know, Mike, you had mentioned just now a lot about Facebook and YouTube. And so how important do you feel social media is in the success of your business?
I think it's extremely important. That was one of my first focuses when I got here, was just building our brand and using different strategies on Facebook that I didn't see any of the other competition that we had really using.
Okay.
And I thought that was a huge opportunity for us. So not only has it been great for building our brand, but we've used a lot of social media stuff to bring on talent and hire. And that's been something that's been really helpful. And I think that we'll hear a lot of people will mention the videos that they see us put out or the different graphics that we put out. And it just kind of puts more faces to the name and gets more recognition, which is big for us.
Definitely. And so it honestly just makes the company seem more relatable. And when you go out to a client's home, I mean, they would obviously automatically understand or know the brand. Maybe not in the home of maybe someone who's a little bit older in age, but at least with this new generation of home buyers, it's something that I think is very important for you to have established online, this, genuine brand. So again, that's pretty great. Can you talk to anybody who may be struggling with trying to find the time in the office to put up a couple pictures, or even to take a couple of pictures here and there, their technicians or just the staff working?
For sure. So I think that you just you got to put in your mindset that it should be a priority. I think at least is because I think, as things keep going and social media gets more relevant, it's going to be the brands that people know that are going to end up being who you call. But something that worked for us, we talked to a local college and we brought on an intern, pay him like $12 an hour. He does graphic design, video, pictures, and he comes in and can spit some ideas at us, or just we give him what we want to do. We do some videos. He'll go out to the field and take pictures of guys on the job. And, you know, $12 an hour is not bad. And these college kids are looking for experience and opportunity. So when they can put that they've done that on a resume, they're really excited to do it and do a good job doing it. So I would say reach out to some of the local colleges nearby and open up that opportunity and let them take care of it.
Definitely. That's a great idea. I mean, there's so many people at your disposal to try to contact, whether that's through the university, even through the high schools, seniors graduating who need a job, or even through local organizations like a church or anything like that. So that's a great idea, and I hope that someone takes that into consideration with their personal business. And so can you guys actually speak a little bit to once we get those phones ringing, how is it that you manage to look at the revenue? I know that you use Service Titan, but you do not use Service Titan. Is that correct?
No, we do.
Oh, you do? Okay, I'm sorry. So you use Service Titan to track your revenue. Is there any way that you go beyond that to kind of, to train your CSR stands for the phone to book that, and then to train your technicians so that we know that, although the cost per click or the cost per lead may be a little bit high, we're definitely seeing a return on investment there?
Sure. So we train our call takers to, I guess we have a couple of different scripts depending on the type of call that comes in.
Okay.
So our senior office staff has been around with us for quite a while, so they're able to train some of our younger staff on the scripts, and Mike's taken the lead as far as training through some of our Infinity groups as well. And then the technicians, we train twice a week with them, both on sales and technical skill, and it's paying off big time. It's their average tickets are great. Our call closing ratio is really high. We're like 85% in that. So it's the training is definitely worth it.
Definitely. And so I know that you guys both go off site pretty often for training. How often would you say you do go off site? And can you speak to the importance of you guys getting away to other organizations to help you train?
Sure. I would say we're going 3 to 4 times a year. It's just great to get different perspectives from other companies, different ideas. You talk to different business owners that go through the same things you go through. Mm-hmm. They have great ideas. We might be able to share some of the things we're doing. It's a refresher every time you go.
Yeah, definitely. We try to take only 2 to 3 tangible things that we can get from each conference and that we can bring back and implement to us, and that's been pretty good for us with that system.
That's how we found you.
Yes, that's how you found us. And earlier this year, we were lucky enough to meet in person. So that was also a great little networking opportunity for us. I mean, it's one thing to talk every single month, every single week, almost on the phone. And then when we see each other in person, it just puts a face to that. And so it was awesome meeting you guys in person. And I know it made a little bit of a difference on our end.
I feel the same way.
Yeah. And so can you speak to everybody else about outside of internet marketing? I know that we handle your AdWords account, we handle your organic and your website presence and all of that, but how about maybe anything that you do outside of the internet, like print or leave behinds or radio, anything like that?
Yeah, so we do we're always leaving magnets and cards with customers at every chance we get there. We'll still put out some direct mail flyers with different deals. Something that's been super successful for us in the slow times is our text message marketing. So we've uploaded all of our customers into a huge list, and we'll send out a mass text message with some sort of deal or discount. And just like that, like 2 minutes later, the phones start going. And we always see a huge return on it, and it's cheap money to do as well. So I think that's something that a lot of people should be doing, just because you can put out, $500 off a new furnace and you'll get 4 leads that day.
Wow.
So that's been awesome. And then I do a B&I group, so networking there, and then I'll visit some groups that aren't mine and just keep trying to get the name out there.
Okay. And so
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, Paul.
We look at is refrigerator magnets.
Okay.
Great return on those. Water heater stickers. Even if someone sells a house, our name is still out there, and the new homeowner will call us thinking that we serviced everything there. So it's really, for not a lot of money, it's a great investment.
Great. And so then, how many or what percentage of your business would you say is maybe return clients versus maybe new customers?
So we're about 65% return customers at this point. New customers would be that probably that 35% remaining, but like some of that is referral business too from existing customer base.
Right. Okay. And so then from the existing customer base, obviously, we do get those phones to ring as well. It's often that someone may forget who they used in the past. So it's good to have, our brand campaign up there. And so our branding efforts, again, that's where that social media comes in. That's where that brand campaign from the AdWords comes in. And so that's where your online presence really does come in. And it's very important to keep those clients. So text messages, branding on the Instagram, branding on the Facebook, our efforts through Google AdWords, that kind of keeps that whole circle of the phone ringing. It's not just relying on them to call you again. Would you agree?
I would agree. And I think having you guys there, like even our repeat customers might just Google us. And because you guys have us out everywhere that we could be, they find us right away.
Right. It's easy to find. They know that they can call you, Paul the Plumber.
Right.
So then can you actually, let me see. So we talked about your organizations. Is there any specific organization that you can say has really helped you in the, acceleration of the company? You do run quite a few trucks. You are two different industries. And so I know that it's a lot. I'm sure, we talked about how we've gone to trainings 3-4 times a year. But is there any one specific organization that maybe someone can benefit from if they're listening in today?
So Quality Service Contractors is a member of PHCC, has helped us quite a bit. Also, SGI, Success Group International, has been very helpful to us. And those are two of the groups that we belong to, who we feel have really set the standard as far as business systems go. They've helped us a lot.
Awesome. And so then, what would you say to maybe any other HVAC or plumbing company out there who's looking to grow their business to the size that you are today?
I think you just always want to be learning and just don't get complacent with what's worked. I think that's, to speak to Paul, like having somebody like myself come in and want to make all these changes and have a vision for things a little bit differently. He hasn't been resistant to it. He's listened to what I've had to say, and we've made the changes together. And I think we've both seen the positive that's come out of it. And then sometimes he's like, no, that we've tried that, it won't work. And he's right, but it's a learning thing. And he doesn't just shut me down. He's willing to listen and change. And then going to those, those 3 to 4 times a year where we go to these conferences, we're always looking for new things to do. So we're just always trying to improve. I think that's the biggest thing.
Right. I would say same thing. Keep an open mind. Listen to everybody, and don't get stagnant. Don't, just because one thing's working today doesn't mean it's going to work tomorrow. So you want to just keep listening, keep moving forward.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for jumping on this call with us. And thank you for everybody who's tuned in and listened and watched us today. Paul and Mike, you guys are a pleasure to work with. I really do love working on your account. And again, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything you do.
Well, I hope you got amazing value from that interview. If you'd like more ideas, strategies, and techniques on how to more effectively market your plumbing, HVAC, or home services business online, go to plumbingmarketing.net. There you'll find interviews just like this and the opportunity to schedule a time with us to just kind of talk about your business and how we can help you implement similar strategies in your business. So plumbingmarketing.net, head over there now, and I'll talk to you soon.